Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Gemini in the season of Scorpio, which starts on the 19th of October and goes right through till the 19th of November. I've decided recently, Gemini, to do this because I just feel like every individual star sign or zodiac sign is really, you know, I think for me it resonates more, and we can identify why we're feeling certain ways in different signs in the year, and it may complement us or it may not. So that's why I've decided to sort of change it a little bit rather than just doing, you know, the month ahead. I just thought we'd go by the 12 zodiac signs and what they mean to you. So the energy around you guys for this Scorpio season is 2 of Wands. So get planning. Get planning. So you're planning things. And Geminis are good at that. They're good at sort of organising, planning, getting people together. So, but this is about Wands. So it's about making things really, you know, getting it out of your head, getting the idea into a really tangible force that you can move forward with it. Even if it's just anything like Christmas, you know, planning for Christmas holidays, people coming, people going, what are you going to do? It's all that sort of thing. But we're talking about Scorpio, so we're talking about, it's a water sign, a water element. There's lots of intuition needed this month, how you feel about things. It can be very deep. It can bring up things from the past that you've buried deeply in your soul. And it can be, sometimes it can be rough, sometimes rough and smooth. It's like the ocean. It's like water gushing or stagnant. So let's see. But your sort of focus for this month is just, or this period, sorry, is just to get things planning, get things happening, get things moving. This is where you are right now. Yeah, movement once again, 6 of Wands. You're doing really well. Things are just coasting along. You're putting in effort. You're getting rewards. It's great. 6 is very much a balanced card, so well done. Really nice energy. What's brought that on, or what that environment is, basically. And the sun, and so doing really well, seeing things exactly as they are. And the sun illuminates stuff, and it's also very healing. So it's like you can see every nook and cranny of a situation, and you know how to move forward. You know how to, you're very good at wheeling and dealing and getting things happening and addressing issues, communication, all that. So this is a really good card for you this month, this season, Gemini. It's great. You can see every sort of everything's under that spotlight of the sun, and it's a yes answer card too. So move forward. Also, it's a Leo card for the Leo, so it's very powerful. In your face sort of stuff. The background. And we have Judgment. So karmic debt has been cleared. So if you've been having difficulties with people, family members, partners, all that sort of thing, this card always represents that you've cleared your karmic debt with them. So you've come to a solution to the problems with the people around you. So it's a good card, and it more or less talks about just second chances. So scrub off the whiteboard with the debts on it, and it's clear, and off you go, starting on a new chance, really, or new level, I guess you'd say. Oh, sorry, this throat. Water. Okay, recent influences. Okay, so 4 of Cups. Bit of a transitory, you know, mundane kind of card where you feel like everything's a bit flat. You've got everything, but you still feel like, why am I so emotionally blah? It's that kind of blah-ish card. Just feeling really nothing in particular, just emptiness, really. But with this card, it's transitory, as I said, but you just sort of, you've got new things to focus on, and this for Geminis would be difficult. You don't like to be still. You don't like to be just sort of like him, sitting around with a big glass of wine, just sitting there. You can't stand it. You need movement. You need ideas. You need stimuli. You don't like to go into the depths, but sometimes, especially in Scorpio, water, and this is a water element card, you just have to do it. And it's not going to be for long. But you'll get to the bottom of some things that you need to do, need to sort out within yourself, Gemini. Okay, the lesson for the time of Scorpios, yeah, it probably will be a very long 4 weeks for you guys, but that's all right. It is a slow-moving energy, but you'll be fine, you'll be grounded, you'll get things done, you'll be thorough. You will just get through it, but it is slow-moving. That's the story of this one here. But he's also, you know, he gets the stuff done properly. He's a thorough person, attention to detail. But the real sort of salient word for this lesson is slow moving. Near future, and then we have justice coming in. So we've got 2 karmic cards. We've got 20 there, it's judgment at the top, and then in near future you've got justice. So whatever it is that you're doing or planning or just going through, it's going to come out well. Just make sure you put lots of energy into it, so you can clear it. It's when we sit around and do nothing and hopefully that, you know, oh, it'll go away. Well, it won't when justice is around, because it's like the court. When you go to court, you can either win or lose. And if you know you didn't do it, you know you'll win. And if it's ambiguous, well, yeah, so it's about sort of putting in to get out, you know, and that's life really, basically, isn't it? It's just, we're doing well if we're putting in, because we always feel a reward is imminent, just for ourselves. So that's coming up, and that's really nice. And it's well aspected, so whatever's going on, I feel like for you, you've got the Sun, you've got judgment and justice. There's a few little minor cards here, but mainly it's a good, well aspected card. What's happening that you're not realizing yet? Trapped in the aquarium, swimming around and around and around. Time to move off a subject, time to walk away from a particular relationship, especially in Scorpio time. This isn't a water card, so just walk away from it for a bit. It doesn't mean it finish. We never know what the end is. The end, we never know, but it's just about just walk away from it for a bit, cool off. And that's the whole thing. Whatever's going on for you, Geminis, it's about just focusing on something else for once. Even though it is emotional, it's difficult. There's nothing that can be really done in this period of 4-week period of time. The best thing is just to move on and leave it sit there. If it is indeed a relationship for you, well, you just need to get busy with other things that you can feel that you're getting sort of something out of. And that's why justice is there, to sort of really make you feel, okay, is this working? Is this really worth my while or isn't it? So there you go. Interesting. How others see you? The Moon. Yeah, you're keeping all your cards very close to your chest there, Gemini. You're not sort of being forthcoming with much, but that's good. Don't be. This is all about feelings, and the Moon is for the Cancerian people, so another water sign. So keep things under wraps. This is your affairs and your business. You've just got to feel your way through this one. You can't don't go into your mind and logic with your Gemini logic, because you'll just get confused. And this is how others see you, so it's best that they see you as just a bit, oh, what's going on with her? She's very quiet, not her usual self. Well, if they say things like that, we'll just keep it like that, because it's a highly personal time to sort of sort out your emotional stuff yourself. And the more you involve others, the worse it gets. And then we have drama, and we don't really kind of need drama in Scorpio, because lots of things can come up from beneath the surface that we don't necessarily want them to. Positive feelings, take your power back. So this is indeed a Gemini card. Take that power back. Start saying no when you mean no, rather than yeah, I can do it. No, this month you have to say no, and that's it. And it's all part of the planning. You've got planning to do, you've got things to do that will serve you well. Don't start being pulled in different directions to do mundane, horrible things that you don't want to do. I feel like for you it's a very personal month, Gemini, where you can do some sorting of your own stuff, and you know, just keep to yourself in Scorpio time. Just, you know, and certainly don't do anything that you don't want to do, because there's nothing worse than people hounding you to do something and all you want to do is just go home, sit on your couch, eat your chips, watch your Netflix, whatever. You don't want to be pulled. So there you go, positive feelings. Leave me alone. No, I don't want to come. All that sort of stuff. The outcome, so by the time we get to Sagittarius, your polar opposite sign, on the 19th of November, we have things clearing up after a difficult time, really sort of having that time to yourself, having that time to just work through your own personal stuff. Get on with your plans, do your stuff, but you know, behind the scenes, just doing your own thing, having your own time, letting things, watching and observing. But this is very much smooth passage coming up, of course. Once we hit Sagittarius, then you guys are sort of in familiar, fast-moving territory once again. Okay, I'm just going to put an extra card on this Four of Cups, because to me it's interesting, and I think, and the Eight of Cups, because just want to see what's under the surface of these two. So underneath the Four of Cups, which is that temporary disappointment and just feeling, you know, just feeling really flat emotionally, underneath that we have King of Wands, so that fast-moving energy of yours, Gemini, and this is, he's your sort of counterpart. He's your Sagittarian type of person, fire, moving things, lots of ideas, lots of getting things happening, getting things moving. He's on the move. He's always, you know, going from one thing to the next. It never stops. But they're sort of saying to you that will come back to you after the 19th of November, but meanwhile we've got to sort of just sit there and just sort of be, you know, just deal with what's bubbling inside. Movement comes later, and you're going to get back on form. But just for this now, just do that. Just go with that flat feeling and see where it leads you. And use your intuition, your feeling, Gemini, not your head. Don't go into your head. Okay, underneath, what's happening you're not realising. So underneath this Eight of Cups we have the Two of Swords. So you're not quite sure what to do with this relationship or this. Yeah, it is kind of a relationship of whatever it is to you. And it's kind of contained, isn't it? It's not really going anywhere at the moment. You just feel like, oh, same old, same old. But underneath it, it just, I said earlier, just walk away from it for a bit, you know, just leave it for a bit. But then you leave it for a bit and you'll still come back to that feeling of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm blocked. Yeah. So just focus on the other things and we'll see what happens in the time of Sagittarius. This probably won't even be an issue then, but hopefully just kind of don't give it so much attention, because it's just not the time. It's about deep, that's real soul searching with that relationship, Gemini. And I think when you do soul search, you'll come up with the answers, but you're not going to get them out of your brain. Your brain and your logic won't help you. Okay, so now we're going to do your final memory. Your final message card from the Buddha reading cards. Attachment. Oh, interesting, Gemini. Attachment is to desire is the cause of suffering, so said the Buddha. Attachment arises when we want something different from what we're experiencing right now. This ever-increasing list of unfulfilled desires causes us to experience discontentment and disconnects us from living simply in the pure joy of the present moment. So this attachment here can probably go very much together with these two that we put extra cards on. Yeah, so just detach for a minute or for 4 weeks and then come back to it later and just enjoy the moment. Thanks so much for listening, all you lovely Gemini people. I will talk to you in the time and the season of Sagittarius.